Want increased productivity and an increase of passion in your team to do the work that they're doing? The answer is all about utilizing your team in a way that makes sense to them so everyone understands who shall do what by when. My name's Kristen David, CEO and founder of Upleveling Your Business, and I have worked with thousands of business owners and their teams, and I have seen that the most productive, profitable, and happiest teams are the ones that have good, clear structure on who is doing what. So I'm going to walk you through how to actually utilize your team in a way that's going to create greater profitability, productivity, and greater passion. Number one, get clear on the team structure for intake and sales. We've got to bring clients in the door and set that expectation in the client's mind that they're in the right place and that they've got the right team with them, as well as gather information. Do we want this client? As quickly as possible, we want to move them forward. So you often have maybe a receptionist answering the phone or an online funnel coming to a client intake person who is gathering the information and organizing and triaging. Is this the right type of client that we want? In the meantime, they've got to have great customer service skills before they hand them off to your salesperson. Otherwise known as a client engagement specialist, as we call it. Now, that person is really going to get in and find out what does the client need, what are their goals, and help them understand how our team can help them reach those goals. So, number one, intake and sales. Number two, get clear on the team structure for onboarding the client. A lot of people don't think this through, and this is vital. This is part of that client experience. And I love automation, and I love emails that automatically gather information and forms. But remember, this is human to human contact. This is human to human relationships. So we want to make sure that you have clarity on your team. Who is doing what by when? Administratively, what's happening behind the scenes, what data needs to be obtained, what payments need to be obtained, what information needs to be conveyed through to your service delivery team. Client liaison, that is your next human, and we've got to have a team structure so we know who's doing that role. Sometimes you have a dedicated person, sometimes not, but you've got to be in charge of orchestrating this so that the client liaison can reach out to the client, reassure them they're in the right place, reaffirm that they made a good decision hiring you, and making sure we get the information we need so that the delivery team can service the client appropriately. Next, team structure. We need to make sure that the services delivery team has clarity of who shall do what by when, right? This means somebody has to convey to them what is the service that we have now promised to deliver. What did they pay for? What is the scope of the service that we're doing for this person? So the conveying and the receiving of information, often that's done by, in my legal world, a legal assistant, right? Who then works with the associate and the paralegal to know what's going on. Sometimes it goes straight through. We're building widgets. Sometimes we're offering legal services, right? Or medical services or CPA services. So the delivery team has to have clarity of which service are we offering and which service is this client supposed to get, and give that white glove service. Always, always, always have clarity on what are we trying to accomplish to help the client forward. And are we doing our best to communicate clearly, effectively, and efficiently? So get clear on your team structure. Who shall do what by when? I know on the legal team side, we've got it for what are the tasks that the attorney does? What is the task that the paralegal does? What does the legal assistant do? break it all down so you have a workflow and a workload that's going to help you there. By the way, we have an amazing workflow and workloads bootcamp for anyone that's at that level and ready to dive in and streamline and create efficiencies for the entire business. All right. Number 4, get clear on getting paid. You need to have a good team structure. Who is making sure to run the credit card or get the money? Who steps in if the credit card or the money bounces or there's insufficient funds? And who is reaching out to the client and making amends or figuring out what the next step is? So again, it's at the beginning, get the money. It's who's going to manage it if there's a problem, who's going to make sure that we're going to communicate this to the client, get it resolved. So again, you want to utilize your team with very specific elements and tasks. This is why we love helping clients onboard billing clerks and bookkeepers, helping them onboard marketing assistants and intake specialists, so that everyone that's coming in knows exactly what their job is. They can step in, start being productive, and do a great job. So there you go. If you need help with building out your team and utilizing each position to its fullest, let us know. We'd be happy to help. We have plenty of systems packages and coaches that can jump in, help you craft what works for you.